cranked up nicely this morning.
There's the nice sunrise. All right. I'm getting ready to leave our anchorage in Dauphin Island and heading, where are we going?
Going to Pensacola, either going to spend the night at Redfish Point or in Fort McKay Cove. So we'll see. We'll see which one. Yeah, we'll see which one we pick when we get there.
Okay. And there's the first bridge we got to go under. Let's. Everybody says it's 73. Let's hope so, because we are 72.
Oh, that one's 85.
But never mind. That one's 85. That's going to give us a lot of room. Doesn't look it, but we're a long way away. Oh, the sun's all coming up pretty. All right. We're ready to go. Okay, so, excuse me, suddenly lost my voice. I am at the helm, and we are coming up on a channel, intersection, I guess you'd call it. And we've got all these platforms out here and barges. We're on the ICW going through Mobile Bay. And there's like all these, assuming these are some sort of oil or gas pipelines of some kind. I'm not a expert on that, so I'm sure y'all can correct me. And there's boats everywhere. There's another platform. And Mike's down tweaking the engine a little bit. Has to check it. He's constantly checking it ever since we had to rebuild the engine. We're just a little nervous in the service. We are going about 6.7 knots right now. We have about 5.5 hours left to our destination. It is currently 7:55 a.m. and we're on our way. Let's hope for a good day. A little rolly today, but not too bad. And the sun is out, so that's always good. Although it's right in our face, so it's been hard to see the channel markers because you got the sun reflecting right up in your face, so they're kind of hard to see. But yeah, well, on our way. Hi.
Hi, XO. How are you?
I'm good.
Doing a great job.
Thanks. I'm just going straight. Okay, so I did not film any of us coming into our anchorage because it was a little bit stressful. It was windy. It was boats everywhere because it's a Thursday afternoon and it's super sunny and a lot of people out. And I think that's Thomas's CGM, I think. So we didn't really film anything, and we're in this teeny tiny cove, Fort McRae. Let's see if I can look how close we are to this catamaran, which makes me super nervous. There's a derelict boat, also makes me nervous. There's a big power boat behind us, which I can't see. There's a anchor behind us, and there's ground everywhere. So needless to say, this is really the first time that we've had this kind of anchorage, and there's a lot of wind coming tonight. Fortunately, it's coming from the north, so we'll be protected by that sandbar, but I just don't like being close to that catamaran. A little nerve-wracking. So we'll see how this goes. We are at Fort McRae, Pensacola, Florida. Yay! Alright. There they go. They're gonna take off and go to the fuel dock with the jerry cans. Not happy about it because I don't like this wind, but I think they'll be fine. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday morning, and we are in, I have to think for a second, I'm still half asleep, Pensacola. And this is our anchorage where we were last night. And it was really windy and rocky and crazy and busy and stuff when we got here last night. But as of this morning, it's nice and calm. Glassy water, but the water is just so peaceful. And we'll see what happens later today. We're gonna stay here for the day and relax. And unfortunately, I think Thomas is gonna have to go to a doctor. So we may have to go find some urgent care for him. He's just sick. So we should be able to go right around that little island, and there's the Navy base right over there, and get an Uber and go find an urgent care. So that's our day. That's our plan for the day. Kids will probably, well, Mia may do some school. There goes an airplane.
There's a old Civil War base right there where those signs are.
Oh yeah, and then off right over here on this side is an old, was it Fort McRae?
Fort McRae.
Yeah, so
I'm probably gonna row over
go over there and explore it a bit before it gets, I think, windy later.
Yeah.
But it's nice and, like I said, nice and glassy, peaceful. So, anyway, that's our day for today. What are you gonna, so show me what you're doing?
I'm using the boat hook, trying to use the boat hook to unzip the sail bag.
Okay,
so we can deploy the sail tomorrow, but I gotta get it started.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna prep it's some effort to get this sail bag unzipped with one person. You can't walk on our Bimini, so you gotta it takes some effort. You gotta really wanna put the sails up to do this. So he's taking the boat hook and taking the zipper that goes across the whole top of it and pulling it open so that we can deploy the sail tomorrow. So that is the plan for tomorrow. And we gotta put the dinghy up. Hi, Mia.
Do me a favor, unhook that and flip it over and hook it back.
Okay. Don't.
And hook it from the
This
other
always makes
side.
me nervous.
No, you know what? You're okay hooking it from right where you have it. Do it the same way. Just take it off, flip it over, and hook it again.
Like that?
No, hook it back the same way you had it. I just wanted you to put a twist in it. Good. Thanks.
This always makes me nervous doing this. I feel like she's just gonna fall off.
Okay.
I don't know. Mia's daily dinghy exercise. That actually really hurt. You probably shouldn't do that then.
It hurt my pelvic. Around my uterus.
Oh, my pancreas. My spleen.
Penguin time.
For those of y'all wondering, this name for the dinghy came from this dingus.
Thanks.
Who came up with the dinghy name.
Where does he?
She named the dinghy the perfect dinghy name ever. Dingus.
On that pad eye.
Oh, the two? Because there's two of them.
Yeah.
We're prepping, in case you weren't were curious, we're prepping the dinghy to go sailing tomorrow, and we kind of have to, get it all up on the davits, we got some little chairs that we sit in sometimes on the deck.
Science project.
It is. It's like Tetris. We have these deck chairs that we use, but there's nowhere to really put them anywhere else except for in here when we're traveling. So we kind of stick them in there and put a net over them, and
Holds everything
they stay nice and tight. And they're not heavy, so they don't put a lot of weight on the dinghy. So that's good. But it is quite the challenge getting this thing ready for sail. Poor Mia has to
All right, that's it. Come out.
climb in there.
You got them both
Thank
hooked?
God she's part monkey.
Got them both on there? All right, come on out.
Mike had to take Thomas into land to the Navy base Pensacola, which is right over there across that little island, and get an Uber, I believe, and go find an urgent care because he's got all kinds of, he had a sinus infection and a viral cold and
Boy's a mess.
canker sores on his throat and just allergies and all kinds of crazy stuff. So fortunately they were able to get him some medicine and stuff, so he should be feeling better in the next day or two, but we hated to make him suffer for too long, so we went ahead and made him go, even though he didn't want to go. He has no voice.
Nope, none. I can squeak and move my mouth. That's about it.
You sound like you did when you were a toddler. So yeah, so hopefully you'll feel better in the next couple of days.
I hope that too.
Yeah, because you don't sound good.
I don't feel good either.
I don't know. I know. God bless it. I've been trying to just shove Tylenol down you, but that was about as far as we could get with.
I can only take so many drugs.
But he's got several antibiotics. He got an antibiotic and a bunch of other stuff. So maybe that make you feel better.
Yeah, very drugged up.
Oh, sometimes drugs make you feel worse initially, and then you'll feel better when it's all kicked in. So anyway, well, I'm gonna go enjoy the sunset. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.